Hey everyone, so here I am again. I'm going to give you the answer for this riddle called Crack the Code Riddle, where you had to figure out a 3-digit code looking at 5 hints. So I'm going to give you the answer for that riddle, and I'm also going to give you a new riddle for you to think about, and I'm going to give you that answer in March, sometime in March. So if you want to look at a riddle and think about the answer, I recommend you to pause the video now, because what I'm going to do is in about a couple of seconds, I don't know, let's say 10 seconds, I am going to give you the answer or the way to get the answer for this riddle. So pause the video, otherwise here I go in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so the first thing that I do is looking at the numbers that are not mentioned. I figure out that 5 and 9 were not mentioned, so I'm going to assume that they are not going to be part of the code. I know they are not mentioned because I looked at the hints and it said, hint number 1 said 682, one number is correct and well placed. Hint number 2 said 614, one number is correct but wrongly placed. Hint number 3 told me that 206, I have two numbers, they are correct but wrongly placed. Hint number 4 said 738, nothing is correct. And hint number 5 said 780, one number is correct but wrongly placed. So as you can see, I do not have 5 and 9, so I'm going to exclude 5 and 9, okay? Now, hints 1 and 2 exclude number 6 as well. This is because in hint number 1, I have 6 at the start, and it says one number is correct and well placed. In hint number 2, I have 6 in the start as well, and it says one number is correct but wrongly placed. Now, I cannot have a number being correct and well placed and wrongly placed at the same time. So 6 cannot be an answer or a digit in this code. So I'm going to exclude 6 as well. I'm going to put it here on the side, okay? Now, hints 1 and 4 place number 2 as the last number. Hint number 1 says 682, and it says one number is correct and well placed. Now, I know 6 is not because I excluded 6. And then when I look at hint number 4, I have that 738, nothing is correct. So that means that actually I could have put 738 in here on the side. Neither 7, 3, or 8 can be an answer to my riddle. Now, if I look at these two at the same time, I see that 8 is there. So I know that 6 cannot be there, 8 cannot be there, so 2 must be the answer, or must be one of the digits, and it said is well placed, so that means that 2 needs to be at the last spot, okay? So far I have one number out of 3 and I know the correct place of the number. And again, 7, 3, and 8, they could be showing here on the side as well because I know they are not going to be right either, okay? They are not part of the code. Now, carrying on, hints 4 and 5 make 0 a number. This is because in hint 4, again, I have 738 and it says nothing is correct. And in hint number 5, I have 780 and it says one number is correct but wrongly placed. Now, if 7 and 8, according to hint number 4, are wrong, that means that in hint number 5, 7 and 8 are wrong. That leaves me with 0 being the correct number. They also say is wrongly placed, but I figured out that already because I know that 2 needs to be last. So that part didn't help me that much, but at least it gave me kind of a reassurance that 0 was in fact correct. It was just in the wrong place. So actually not bad to have that hint. So I know that 0 is a number. I just don't know if it's in the start or in the middle. Now, hints 1 and 3 place 0 at the start. This is because, again, hint 1 said 682, one number is correct and well placed, which we now know is number 2, and hint number 3 says 206, two numbers are correct but wrongly placed. Now, I know that 6 is not a number in my code, so that means that the two numbers that are correct must be 2 and 0. Now, I know that 2 is wrongly placed because 2 is at the back, at the end. And they tell me that 0 is a number, so I already know that. And they say it's wrongly placed. So if it's wrongly placed in the middle, and if I know it cannot be at the back, that means that it needs to be at the start, okay? So far, I have two numbers out of three, and they are well located, so at the start and at the end. So I only need one number, and if I want to just check really carefully, well, where, sorry, that number is going to be. So looking at the hints again, I get hint 2 that excludes number 1 as a number in my digit and places 4 in the middle. Look at it. In hint 2, I have 614, and it says one number is correct but wrongly placed. Now, just look at it. If I know that 6 cannot be there, then I know that 6 is not a number. And then they say 1, and if 1 is correct and is wrongly placed, it means that 1 could not be at the middle, had to be at the end or at the start. But so far, I know that the numbers at the end and at the start, they are correct. 0 and 2 are well placed. So that means that number 4 must be the number that is correct, but wrongly placed. So that means that 4 must be in the middle, because if it's wrongly placed at the end, and I know it's not at the end or at the start, and I know number 1 cannot be in the middle and being put wrongly placed, that means that 4 must be in the middle, which gives me 042 as the 3-digit code for my code, as the 3-digit number for my code. So there you go, that's the answer for this riddle. I hope it made sense. I tried to show you as many steps as possible for you to figure out how to do that yourselves and to tell other people if you wish to. So I think it's well explained, but you can always contact me in case you have any doubts. And as always, I'm going to give you a new riddle for you to think about. And because this one could be a little bit more challenging, I'm giving you a really easy one, okay? And you need to wait till March until I give you this answer, so it gives you plenty of time for you to think about. And the riddle is the following. How much dirt is in a hole that measures 2 meters by 3 meters by 4 meters? So just imagine that hole, imagine the sand, and then just figure out, I said sand just in case you don't know what the dirt is. So just imagine how much dirt is going to be there. So it measures 2 meters by 3 meters by 4 meters, okay? I'm not going to give you any clues because this one is pretty easy. So think about it, and then up to my next video. Be happy and healthy. Bye!